Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel Read with Kim, and today I'm going to talk about a book that I finished a couple hours ago, and it's a book that my book club is reading, so I have to read it. And I am talking about the cult classic from Sloane Crosley. So, a little things, well, yes, let's start. First of all, I want to apologize because on my TBR, I said that this book was about basically something about afterlife and gave me like Tim Burton vibes. So, for what I was thinking, well, I was completely wrong because it has nothing to do with that. Like, I said something was like nonsense at all. So, if someone already read it, probably were like, she's crazy. And yes, I was because it has nothing to do with that. We are following Lola, and Lola is a girl who is on her 30s and she's engaged. And somehow she is part of this magazine called Psychological Magazine, and it's an experiment where these people are taking her life to create kind of like a project where people will stop going to therapies and things like that. Why? Because they're going to face you with the closures. You know, when you have a this relationship that you end or like some breakups that you never get closure, and you always asking like, what would have happened to this guy? What would have happened if I dating this guy? What would have happened if I say this and I never end with this guy? What would have happened if this guy never ended with me? So this basically what is this book about. She is going to face kind of every single of her ex and see what happened to them. Really funny to see how she was like somehow seeing this guy in the bar that she was dating no long time ago, or this guy who she was ending dating long time ago, but he broke up with her. Another one was kind of like violent to her. So we walk through her love life and see where these guys are today, right? So something that I really like, kind of like, wow, is a guy who was very mean to her. And obviously, the woman who is with him now, she wasn't even happy at all. So it's pretty. I'm sorry, I just have a. Ooh. It's pretty interesting. I will say, no, not even interesting. It's pretty entertaining how to those men are and how to get closure. And obviously, I always said, and I be coming to believe that when things end, it's for a reason. And if if we ever say the correct thing or something, nothing will change in that relationship. So that's what is this book about. Eh, for me was I don't know if this is a young adult. I don't know. It wasn't like fascinating me. It was a fast pace. It was entertaining. I was like laughing at some point. I finished this book in like literally 2 days. It didn't take me any effort to finish it. As I said, it was like it gave me like Sex and the City vibes, you know, with Carrie and Big, like this love, but she's doing with several ex-partners. So each ex-partner was a different, obviously, situation, which I would prefer maybe have just a couple and then go more deep into the characters and into the relationships instead of going really in a very superficial level. I feel like I didn't have enough time to get attached to any of the characters with the exes. Obviously, it was more than her life and how she get those closures, but I would have loved to see more about that. It wasn't wow for me. I don't even know what is a bestseller. I don't know if you guys have a different opinion. For me, uh, it's a 3 stars. And 3 stars just because it was entertaining and it was very fast paced, and it kind of like it gave me a break from my really intense books that I've been reading, like Hamnet and the other books that I've been reading, and I'm gonna get into another chunky, intense book. So this one was like, okay, like a little break. Honestly, I will have just read this book in Kindle or something different instead of like spending my $10. But I have something to bring on the table in my book club, and I'm kind of curious to know what other people think about this book. It's not a recommendation for me. I wouldn't tell you, please read it. If you going through a breakup, please read it. If you need closure, please read it. Like, no, at all. No, no, it didn't like give me any lesson, any wow. So I was gonna give it 2.5 stars, but I said just because I didn't like, I finished it, so it was entertaining. Cover is cute. It was like, let's talk about it. It's like a you reading like a Cosmopolitan, or you're watching Sex and the City, something like that. I don't know. 3 stars. Nothing else to say about this book, to be honest. Yeah, that's it. I said before, how I rating the books that I read is basically the character development, the story, fast pace, any kind of message, how it make me feel. So that's how the criteria that I take when I read a book. And in this book, no character development. It didn't make me feel anything. It was just entertaining and fast paced. So that's why I give 3 stars, because it wasn't boring. It was just like, but it wasn't even a thriller. I don't know. I don't know. Just, yeah, 3 stars. Nothing else to say. And thank you so much for watching my video. And I'm gonna see you next time. And I get traumatized because I got this. So I don't understand it. I hope I can like just have this and probably. But now it made it worse. But anyway, I'm gonna see you next week with a new bookish adventure, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.